So many people carry wounds you can't see. They walk into a room with a smile on their face, but inside they are torn apart because of one word: rejection. Rejection hurts more than almost anything in life. It makes you question your value. It makes you wonder, am I not good enough? Why didn't they choose me? Why did they leave me? Listen, if you've ever been rejected, you're not alone. Every great person in history has faced rejection. And if you're going to step into your destiny, you will face it too. Look at Joseph. His own brothers rejected him. They threw him in a pit, sold him into slavery, and left him for dead. But what they meant for harm, God turned for good. That rejection didn't destroy him. It directed him to the palace. Now think about David, anointed by Samuel to be king. But when Samuel went to Jesse's house, David's own father didn't even call him in from the field. Imagine that, your own family overlooking you, forgetting you, rejecting you, but God saw him and God chose him. And the one who was rejected by man became the king of Israel. And of course, Jesus himself, the cornerstone of our faith, was rejected. Isaiah said he was despised and rejected by men, a man of sorrows, acquainted with grief. The very people he came to save turned their backs on him. And yet through rejection came the greatest redemption the world has ever known. So hear me, rejection is not the end of you. Rejection is often the very tool God uses to redirect you. Some of you lost relationships. You thought they were the one, but they walked away. Some of you were overlooked for promotions. You gave your best, but they gave the opportunity to somebody else. Some of you poured your heart into people, family, friends, even church folk, and they pushed you aside. And now you carry that pain. You smile in public, but you cry in private. You feel like something must be wrong with you. But listen, rejection is not always about you. Sometimes it's God's way of protecting you from what you cannot see. Look, what if the relationship you cried over would have destroyed your destiny? What if the opportunity you begged for would have trapped you? What if the people who walked away could not go where God is taking you? So don't chase those who reject you. Don't beg for doors that God himself has shut. Don't weep forever over people who were never assigned to your future. Let me give you an example. A seed has to go into the soil alone. It is covered, it is buried, it looks rejected by the surface. But it's in that hidden place where it develops roots. And when the season is right, it breaks through the soil stronger than before. Rejection often feels like being buried. But you're not buried, you're planted. And when the time comes, you will rise again. Listen carefully. Man's rejection does not cancel God's election. People may overlook you, but God has not overlooked you. They may have walked away, but he said, I will never leave you nor forsake you. So the next time someone rejects you, don't see it as a dead end, see it as divine direction. Because rejection often removes the wrong people, so God can make room for the right ones. Joseph's brothers had to reject him for him to reach Egypt. David's father had to overlook him for God to put him in front of Goliath. Jesus had to be rejected by men in order to be lifted up on the cross. And you may have been rejected by people, but you have been chosen by God. So don't cry over closed doors. Thank God for them. Don't beg for those who left. Bless them and release them. Don't see rejection as a curse. See it as God's protection. Because the truth is, every rejection is a setup for redirection. And every redirection is pointing you toward your destiny. So I declare to you today, what was meant to break you will build you. What was meant to harm you will help you. What was meant to reject you will redirect you. So keep your faith alive. Because the people who rejected you will one day have to watch God raise you up. And when they ask, how did you make it after all that rejection? You'll be able to say, it was the Lord's doing and it is marvelous in my eyes. So remember this, rejection is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of a new chapter, and your best days, your absolute best days are still ahead of you. But listen, when you've been rejected, the temptation is to let bitterness grow, to carry anger, to prove people wrong, to fight for their approval. Don't fall into that trap. Rejection is painful, yes, but bitterness is poison. If you keep drinking it, it will kill your joy, your peace, and your vision for the future. Look at Moses. He was rejected by his own people when he tried to help them. They said, who made you ruler and judge over us? That rejection forced him into the wilderness. But it was in the wilderness that God called him, equipped him, and sent him back as the leader of a nation. Sometimes rejection pushes you into the wilderness, not to destroy you, but to develop you. So if people have pushed you aside, don't fight for their attention. Use the wilderness season to hear God's voice, because when he calls you, no one can deny it. Another example, Hannah in the Bible. She was rejected, ridiculed, mocked because she couldn't have children. Even her husband's other wife taunted her daily. But she didn't let rejection define her. She went before God, poured out her soul, and He gave her Samuel, the prophet who would anoint kings. Sometimes the very area where you've been rejected is the same area God will use to bless the world through you. So don't despise the place of your rejection. It could be the soil of your greatest testimony. Listen, rejection is not always a sign that you're not valuable. In fact, it's often a sign that you are carrying something too great for small minds to handle. Think about it. People don't throw stones at empty trees. They only target trees that are bearing fruit. The rejection you face might just be proof that you're carrying something worth noticing. But let me warn you, don't let rejection make you desperate for approval. Some of you keep running back to people who already showed you they don't value you. You keep knocking on doors that God Himself closed. You keep replaying conversations, hoping they'll see your worth. Stop. If someone can walk away, let them walk. If someone can't see your value, don't waste your life begging them to recognize it. Because when God decides to elevate you, He doesn't need their permission. He doesn't need their approval. He doesn't need their applause. He will bless you in front of the very people who doubted you. So take courage. Stop mourning over what rejected you. Stand tall in who you are. Let me give you one more picture. A pearl is only formed because of irritation. A small piece of sand gets inside an oyster, and the oyster has to cover it layer by layer until something beautiful forms. What started as irritation ends up as a treasure. Rejection works the same way. The pain that cut you deep can be the very thing God uses to form something priceless in you. So hear me today, your rejection is not wasted. Your tears are not wasted. Your loneliness, your loss, your unanswered questions, they are all being used by God to form strength, character, and purpose inside of you. Look, one day, the very people who said you'll never make it will have to stand and watch as God lifts you up. One day, the same voices that rejected you will say, how did they do it? How did they survive? How did they come this far? And your answer will be simple. It was the Lord's doing, and it is marvelous in my eyes. So hold on. Don't quit. Don't lose hope. Don't let rejection define you. Let it refine you. Let it redirect you. Let it push you closer to your destiny. Rejection is not the end. It is the setup for a brand new beginning. And your best days, your absolute best days are still ahead of you. But before you step into them, you've got to make a decision. Don't let rejection make you bitter. Let it make you better. Don't let rejection harden your heart. Let it sharpen your focus. Every no you've heard in life is pushing you closer to the yes that really matters. Every door that's shut was simply God protecting you from something that could have destroyed you. So stop replaying the voices of those who walked away. Stop crying over the rooms you were never invited into. Start building the life God designed for you. Because the truth is, rejection doesn't define you. It reveals you. It shows you who really belongs in your story. And it points you toward the place where your true value will be honored. And when you finally arrive there, when you step into that purpose, when you walk into that season you've been waiting for, you'll be able to look back and thank God for every no you ever received. Because without it, you wouldn't be standing in the yes He prepared for you. So lift your head, dry your tears, guard your heart, and move forward with courage. Because what's coming is greater than what you lost. And what God has prepared for you, no rejection can take away.